Black teen was told to get off the plane moments later. Her black single dad's jet blocks the runway. Before we dive in this story, hit the comments and tell us your city or country. Let's see how far the story reaches. If you like the video, please subscribe. As the boarding gate clicked shut, 16-year-old Ayana stood frozen. A flight attendant had just told her she didn't look like she belonged in business class and needed to leave the plane. No explanation, no apology, just cold eyes and whispers from nearby passengers. But as she stepped off, her phone buzzed and her father, a man the world constantly underestimated, had already heard what happened. 10 minutes later, the entire airport would witness a private jet block the runway. Who was this father, and why did this flight stop everything? Watch till the end. Ayana was used to being underestimated, quiet, sharp, and raised by a single dad who taught her resilience over riches. She was flying solo for a scholarship interview, business class, courtesy of her dad. The plane was sleek, the airport polished, and the ticket was confirmed. She clutched her carry-on tightly, unsure but proud. Her dad had worked triple shifts to make this moment possible. As she settled into her seat, she smiled at a photo of them both on her phone. Her hero, a man who made things happen quietly. But the calm cracked when a flight attendant appeared, stern, suspicious. She scanned Ayana's ticket and said, "This can't be right." Moments later, Ayana was told to deboard. No reason that made sense, just a stinging reminder of how the world saw her. But she wasn't alone. Her father's silence was strategic, and this time was about to roar across the skies. Ayana's heart pounded as she stepped off the aircraft. The humiliation burned hotter than the stairs. People whispered. Someone snickered. A man muttered, "They probably snuck her in." She couldn't even cry, just stood in stunned silence, ticket still clutched in her shaking hand. The airline agent didn't care. "You'll need to wait for another flight," she said coldly, offering no refund, no apology. Ayana tried to call her dad, but her fingers trembled. When the call finally connected, all she said was, "They made me get off." There was a pause on the other end. "Stay where you are," her father replied calmly. 15 minutes later, the ground crew began panicking. A private jet, sleek and black with matte silver accents, was taxiing directly toward the commercial gate without clearance. The control tower scrambled. Passengers pressed their faces to the terminal glass. The jet came to a complete stop, blocking the runway. The tail read GX Holdings, a company name many execs whispered about, but few had met the man behind it. The door opened. Down stepped a tall, composed black man in a charcoal suit. Security moved to stop him until they recognized who he was. The CEO of a global logistics firm worth $8 billion. And he was angry, not loud, but lethal. Without looking at anyone else, he walked directly to his daughter, wrapped his arms around her, and said, "You don't ever let them make you feel small." Then he turned toward the terminal, and the real storm began. The airline's general manager sprinted down the concourse, flanked by panicked staff. The CEO of GX Holdings, Jameer X, stood calmly beside his daughter. With the entire terminal watching, he spoke only once. "I want everyone responsible for what happened on this floor in the next 5 minutes, or I cancel every shipping contract with this airline." Phones came out. Social media lit up. The pressure exploded. Within minutes, the flight attendant, supervisor, and boarding gate staff were all gathered, visibly trembling. Jameer didn't yell. He didn't have to. He handed over a termination letter prepared on the jet and informed the airline CEO via satellite call that their largest logistics partner was pulling out unless sweeping anti-discrimination policies were implemented. Then he walked Ayana to the jet, opened the door, and together they boarded, leaving silence and shame behind. The story went viral, not just because of Jameer's power, but because of Ayana's quiet dignity, her calm in the face of humiliation, her father's calm in the face of injustice, and the undeniable truth it revealed. Racism isn't always loud, it's procedural, subtle, and far too familiar. That airline lost more than just a contract. It lost its image, public trust, and within weeks, several staff members had been replaced, and mandatory training had been rolled out. But more importantly, It made people stop and think. How many teens are humiliated without a powerful parent to stand up for them? How many are made to feel they don't belong? Ayana never missed her interview. She arrived in style. And to every girl watching this, you belong. No seat, no opportunity, no future is out of reach. Which country are you watching this from? Let us know in the comments.